Hi, I'm so happy to see you all again in today's English class. And in today's class, we are going to continue the chapter which we discussed in the previous class. In the previous class, we were discussing chapter 13 in our English textbook. Chapter 13, the title is The Invention of Printing. And it tells us about how the printers were invented in the ancient period, how the ancient people used printing machines. And we discussed a half of the lesson. Yes, in the yesterday's class, we discussed the ancient and early methods of printing. And as well as we discussed a half of Gutenberg's method of printing. At the end of the class, we learned that Gutenberg had first printed the Bible, the Latin language Bible. What happened next? That's what we are going to discuss in today's class. Let's start today's class. After printing the Bible, the secret of printing was escaped to other parts of Europe. People started printing presses everywhere. First in Venice, Spain, France and England. People of all over the world started printing. You know what? Gutenberg had not received any credit for his magnificent invention. Sadly, a year after he printed the Bible, the wealthy moneylender who lent Gutenberg 8,000 guilders, a money of that time, as a loan. Gutenberg spent all money in building his printing presses and printing of the Bible. He was not able to return the loan, and the belongings of Gutenberg were taken up by wealthy moneylender. Gutenberg died in 1468. His contributions to printing largely unknown to most people at that time. And that's the end of Gutenberg's printing method. Let us now move to expansion of printing. Here you are about to know how printing came to England. An English merchant and diplomat named William Caxton, who frequently travelled to Europe, got impressed by the printing industries in Germany and the Netherlands. He then started his first printing press in Burgos, which is now the Netherlands, and he issued the first book in English language in 1474 named Recueil of the Histories of Troy, which means a collection of the histories of Troy. He translated that book by himself. After learning the art of printing, Caxton returned to set up the first printing press in England in 1476. In the next 15 years, he printed 108 books. In the next 15 years, he printed 108 books, of which over 90 books were in English. He translated 26 of these books to English. He was the editor of all these books. He played the role of printer as well as editor. For his dual role, he is credited with standardizing the English language through printing. Of course, he standardized the English language, and this led to an expansion of the English language vocabulary, grammar, introduction of formal written language and informal spoken language. William Caxton died in 1491. Today, anybody can print, but in those times, the publishers, editors, translators, inventors and innovators were the only persons who could print. And you know what? They designed their own mold to print, and they experimented with ink and paper to get best results. They truly had showed the spirit of innovation. Yes, That's the end of our today's class. I hope you had understood it really well today. Thank you for watching this video.